Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to do a quick video on how to reset your OBS Studio back to your default settings. So if you're completely brand new to OBS and you're still learning it, and if you do ever happen to encounter a funky looking screen, as you can see, it looks kind of complicated, but this is pretty much what you're going to see when you just first installed OBS. But before I start to show you guys how to do it, as you are probably already aware, OBS has a lot of different settings. So on this right bottom corner right here, you'll see there's settings there. Under audio mixer, there's settings here as well. All these, if you click on it, there's settings there. Under sources, if you right click on this, there's settings there as well. And under file, there's settings there. So don't even bother wasting your time on any of those because that's not how to do it. Okay, so what you're gonna do is if you click on file, you're gonna see show settings folder. Click on show settings folder and you're gonna see this screen pop up right here. So leave this screen open, okay? Don't do anything yet. So once this is open, you're gonna go back to your OBS screen and you're going to exit. But I'm not gonna do that right now because I'm trying to show you guys how to do it. I'm trying to record myself. I'm gonna lose everything if I do that. So I'm just gonna leave it open, okay? But I'm just trying to show you guys what you're gonna do. So again, once you see this screen right here, you're going to go back to your OBS screen and you're going to exit. Once you exit your OBS screen, you're going to go back to this folder right here. And then you're going to highlight all these folders that you see and you're going to right click and then delete. Once all these are deleted, then you can exit this screen right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to reopening your OBS Studio right here. You know, when you just first installed OBS, you're going to open it and it's going to ask you what you need it for. It's like pretty much the first setup of OBS when you just first installed OBS. So it's just going to ask you what you need it for, whether you need it for streaming, or you need it for recording, and so on and so on. So once you pass all that, then you're going to go back to this original screen that you see right here, back to normal, back to like your default, the original one. So that's it. That's how you guys do it. That's the fastest and easiest way to reset your OBS Studio back to default. Okay, I hope you guys learned something. Thank you for watching, and
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Low Nose. I am Low. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to set your OBS to factory default settings. Now, why would we want to do that? Well, just imagine that one day you're working on OBS, and your audio settings are fine, your video settings are fine, and then the very next day you're like, what the heck happened? Nothing is working anymore. All of a sudden I got weird looking things, my microphone's not getting picked up. It's a pain in the butt. Alright, so, for example, let me give you an example I came across. Here's a recording I did in OBS, and all of a sudden, my margins on my video, they're not the same. All of a sudden, my desktop is being cropped out. I didn't do anything. It's been the same thing over and over, but all of a sudden, one day, I got this. All right, so I have to reset my settings with an OBS so everything can go back to normal, and I can start from scratch. Now, before we do anything, before we reset OBS, you want to make sure that you go and you copy all of your settings, whichever way you perform, whether it's being a snapshot or maybe doing like a snipping tool. Go ahead, make sure you save your settings or hard-earned settings that you have scoured YouTube for and that you finally have it set to perfection. Make sure you copy all those settings so you don't lose it. Once you have copied that, you're going to go ahead, go to File. You're going to go to File, Show Settings Folder. Now, once this folder pops up, you're then going to close OBS and then delete everything within this folder. These are all the settings that have accrued or built up within your program of OBS. Now, once that is done, you can close it up. Then you can start OBS again, and OBS will start as if it was a first-time fresh install. And it starts up, and then you can go ahead and you can just set everything back to the way it was before. Remember to write down your settings or to take a capture snapshot so you can just go back and fill everything back in. And then you're good to go. OBS is working fine, perfect. My window cropping problem is no longer a problem. I'm good to go. And also some other issues that I was having as well as far as
doing? Yes. Uh, yes. Me, I'm very okay. I have no any problem. I'm just as we say. Me, I'm very okay. I have no any problem. Just as we say. May never lose, I wonder.
Are you kidding me? A Sentry can't fix this, but it can speed up slow.
Hello, everyone. Have you ever thought that one day the high-speed rail could run on the seabed? As a big country in infrastructure construction, China has been frantically building roads and bridges in recent decades. After the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, it has to challenge another world problem. It is understood that in order to open up the connection between Zhoushan and Ningbo, China plans to invest 27 billion yuan to build the longest submarine high-speed railway in the world, which is Jintang Cross Harbor Tunnel. According to the Chinese plan, it is planned to take 6 years to build this undersea tunnel. As soon as this news came out, foreign netizens said it was incredible that Chinese people only need to spend 6 years and 27 billion yuan to build the world's longest undersea high-speed rail. By contrast, in some countries, it takes several years to build an ordinary railway. Therefore, such a comparison, foreign netizens have to admire the strength of China's engineering construction. Jintang Cross Harbor Tunnel is one of the most important projects of Ningbo-Zhaozhou Railway, and its construction difficulty is world-class. Almost every meter has great difficulties to overcome when excavating. The main project of Ningbo-Fuzhou Railway adopts a combination of bridges and tunnels with a total length of 16.2 kilometers, with a maximum buried depth of 78 meters, including 8.3 kilometers in the middle of the sea, 50 meters in the sea area. This also means that in the process of subsea tunnel construction, it is necessary to implement multi-section tunnel entrance docking, which ranks first in the world in terms of tunnel section length and docking difficulty. After completion, it will set a new record for the length of undersea tunnels in the world, and it will also be the first undersea high-speed rail tunnel in China. The total length of the single tunnel is 16.2 kilometers, and the length of the submarine shield is 11.21 kilometers, which is the largest in the world in terms of the length of the underwater shield tunnel and the cross-sectional scale of the shield. The subsea tunnel mainly adopts the combination of cut and cover method, shield method, and mining method. In the shallow place with soft soil in the land section, the construction technology of cut and cover method is adopted, and the ground is directly excavated before the interior is built. The structure that can support the tunnel is built first, and then restored to the ground. But this method is useless for places where the seabed is very hard. Then, the shield method is adopted to excavate the tunnel in soft and water-bearing stratum. It is necessary to disassemble the shield machine as a whole, send it to the excavation section, and cut the device from the extremely soft muddy place for excavation. Then the shield machine needs to support the surrounding rocks with its own shell, and at the same time, while pushing forward the excavation, it transports the soil, gravel and mud to the outside of the tunnel through the conveyor belt. When geology is complex and hard rock layer, it is necessary to excavate by mining method, and excavate the section by drilling and blasting. In order to avoid collapse, we can only excavate slowly and carry out blasting many times. When China built the undersea tunnel of Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, which is called one of the 7 wonders of the New World, it adopted the immersed tube method. First, the immersed tube tunnel was built on land, then the immersed tube was placed on the seabed, and finally it sank to the seabed for splicing in turn. The immersed tube tunnel of Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is 6.7 kilometers long. The Jintang Cross Harbor Tunnel adopts shield method, and the total length of the Cross Harbor shield section exceeds the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge by nearly 10 kilometers, which can be called the largest cross harbor tunnel in the world. Therefore, from the engineering quantity analysis, the construction of Jintang seawall is far more difficult than that of Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. In addition, the local natural conditions have also had a very adverse impact on the construction. The first is the influence of water pressure. Because Jintang Cross Harbour Tunnel is located in a zone with a water depth of 78 meters, its seabed pressure is as high as 1 megapascal, while the most advanced construction technology in China can only bear the pressure of 0.7 megapascals. Even the Cross Harbour Tunnel of Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridge has a pressure of only 0.8 megapascals during construction. At that time, China still needs to achieve technological breakthroughs in this respect before starting construction. Once this undersea tunnel is successfully completed, it is obvious that there will be a new breakthrough in China's infrastructure technology, which marks a deeper development of China's infrastructure. Generally speaking, China has been creating various infrastructure miracles in recent years, from Beijing Daxing Airport and Hong Kong Zhuhai Macau Bridge to Jintang Undersea High-Speed Railway Tunnel, which has proved that China's railway strength has already ranked first in the world. No matter how difficult the project is to build, Chinese people can always build unexpected buildings. What do you think of China's construction of the world's longest undersea tunnel? And tell us what you think. Enjoy.
So start up OBS Studio. If you don't have OBS Studio, downloading it, the link is down below. And I can really recommend the program for you guys to want to start streaming or recording for YouTube and stuff like that. So really good program. So locate settings. Click on settings. Window going to pop up. You want to locate video. Click on that. Right now I'm recording, so I cannot change this. So you guys know that's why it looks like this. The base canvas is going to be 1920 by 1080. It's usually your monitor size. In my case, I have a 1080 screen. If you have a bigger one, put that in there. The output, we want 1920 by 1080 also. That is so YouTube or Twitch knows that we want to stream in 1080. Okay. Because we're going to go for the best quality here is a Langsos 36 samples. You have a bit lower PC, maybe you want to put this down a bit, but yes, you need to test it out. But in this video, we're gonna of course go max quality as good as possibly can. So we common FPS values, and of course 60 because it's gonna be the best. For you guys who do 30, we're gonna go back to you guys a bit later. When you're done with that, click apply. The next one is locate audio. Click on audio. Here it's just one thing we want to change, is the simple rate. You have two choices here, it's 44.1 kilohertz or 48 kilohertz. I've experimented with this and I don't really hear any difference, so I'm gonna say to you, test yourself. I've streamed on YouTube with 44.1 kilohertz because apparently they recommend that, but on YouTube I streamed with 48, and I don't really see the difference, or I see a difference, I don't hear a difference. So experiment a bit with this and hopefully you find out the best one. When you're done with that, you want to click apply. Locate output, click on that. We want to go to right before the output mode. If you have this to simple, you want to change this to advanced, then this is going to pop up. Okay. We want to go to streaming. Encode, the best encoder depends of course. If you have a NVIDIA card, you want the NVIDIA NVENC H.264. This is most 100% best encoder for your streams. 100%. We want to stream with our graphics card, our GPU, instead of our CPU. Outlook is the CPU, X of something. If you have an AMD card, I'm not an expert on AMD, I'm sorry. But if you have, if someone knows what you're gonna put in there instead, let me know down in the comment area so we can help each other here. So appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Next one is 1920 by 1080. Rate control is gonna be CBR, is constant bit rate for this one. Now we're gonna go to the place with 30 FPS versus 60 FPS, and we're gonna start with Twitch. I have actually a note here for Twitch 30 FPS. You want 4.5 thousand kilobytes per second. And of course, this is for 30 FPS. And probably, I don't know, I've never heard so many actually stream with 30 before, but maybe some of you guys do, so I want to take that in here. But probably you guys gonna go 60 FPS, and there's actually for Twitch it's 6,000 kilobytes per second. And this is, you need to check your internet connection and how fast it is, so you actually 100% know that you have capacity to actually stream these bit rates. But double check that before, or check it out. You maybe already know why you're saying it. You probably need more, at least the double. I think that is like, for 60 FPS is 6,000 kilobytes, and so you need at least 12 megabytes of internet actually to do this. So just, you know. The next one is keyframe intervals. It's going to be 2. Reset is max quality. Here is, of course, if you don't have the best PC, maybe want to drag it down to quality. Profile high. Lock ahead not checked. the physical visual tuning, you want to check that in. EQ is 0. This is mainly for if you have 2 EPUs. And then max B frames is 2. Now we're gonna go to you guys to do actually stream on YouTube, like I do. On YouTube, 30 FPS, you want between 3000 kilobytes per second to 6,000 kilobytes per second. Of course, you need to double also the internet speed. So you actually need 12 megabytes per second internet speed. They say that. You guys should do 60 FPS. I do 60 FPS if we're gonna stream something, but I have the internet and the power for it. The 60 FPS is between 4,500 kilobytes per second to 9,000 kilobytes per second. And then you of course need at least 18 megabytes per second internet speed. Just, not probably you guys have more than that. It's still, I think it's, a lot of people have more than that. But you never know. You never know. When you guys are done with that, apply, and then go to audio. This is the last thing. So for Twitch, I've streamed with 320, with no problem. But of course, I can say because it's for Twitch and YouTube, go between 128 to 320. Test your way forward here. See if you can hear a difference. We do some test streams. I know YouTube recommend 128 example. Twitch, I don't really know, but it should be some same there. So test your way out there. There you have 1080p OBS Studio max quality, as good as you can get, actually. So I don't know more than
who are broken-hearted, that God is with you. He will never forsake you. He's always with you.